Imagine nations where wives rarely see their husbands. Communities encourage a man to have many wives to keep villages alive, and even places where men are completely absent. So do you know which countries top the list for lacking men and having a surplus of women? Nestled between Italy and France, Monaco is the world's second smallest country after the Vatican. It is also the second richest, with the highest average income per person. In 2019, Monaco's GDP per capita reached about $166,000. This means the average resident earns more in 1 year than most people would in a lifetime. Around 1 in 3 residents is a millionaire. This extreme wealth creates a lavish environment that attracts the global elite. However, Monaco has a significant gender imbalance that affects its community. For every 100 girls born, only 91 boys arrive, and this gap grows with age. This uneven ratio creates difficulties, especially for women seeking partners. The challenge is worsened by Monaco's appeal to wealthy women worldwide. Many successful businesswomen, heiresses, and female celebrities move there, eager for its tax perks, safety, and luxury. This influx of accomplished women adds to the gender imbalance, making it even harder for women to find suitable partners. Kazakhstan, a Central Asian country with a mix of European and Mongolian ethnicities, faces a severe gender imbalance. There are only 944 men for every 1,000 women, leaving many women struggling to find husbands. This imbalance has drastically changed social customs. Traditional practices like demanding a dowry have mostly disappeared. In some rural areas, even a single cow is enough as a wedding gift. Amid this, a controversial movement has emerged. Some men call for having wives, hoping to have 30 to 40 children with multiple wives to prevent Kazakhstan's population decline. Keynes Rakashev, a well-known businessman, supports this idea and wants to marry a third and fourth wife. However, this movement faces strong criticism from women's rights groups, who highlight serious problems. Government data show that 1 in 6 women has suffered physical injury from a male partner. The surplus of women has led some men to treat them as disposable, increasing domestic violence and emotional harm. A tragic example is Kvandek Bishimbayev, a former minister of economy, who was sentenced to 24 years in prison for injuring his wife. This case highlights how gender imbalance can lead to the erosion of respect for women's lives. Despite these challenges, Kazakh women are renowned for their exceptional beauty and intelligence. They possess a unique blend of European and Asian features, with harmonious olive to brown skin, alluring almond-shaped eyes, and well-proportioned figures. Many are multilingual, speaking Kazakh, Russian, and English fluently, making them highly educated and globally minded. Latvia, this beautiful gem of northern Europe bordering the Baltic Sea, faces what might be the most extreme gender imbalance on our planet. With only 85 men for every 100 women, Latvia has more than 140,000 more women than men. The situation became so critical that in 2007, the government passed a controversial new marriage law, allowing a single man to marry up to 10 wives legally. To put this in perspective, even the taxi drivers in Latvia are predominantly women. The country has become so female-dominated that traditional male professions have been completely taken over by women who had no other choice but to fill these roles. The women of Latvia are stunning, known worldwide for their incredibly long legs, with an average height of 1.7 meters, delicate facial features, porcelain white skin, and remarkably high education levels. Yet despite all these attractive qualities, many remain single simply because there aren't enough men to go around. This Baltic nation has become a breeding ground for some of the world's most successful models, including Diana Kubasova, Latvia's supranational beauty queen, who was voted the sexiest woman of the year in 2013. The concentration of beautiful, educated, single women in Latvia is so high that it's attracted international attention from men around the world. But the gender gap isn't just about current births. Latvian women live an average of 10 years longer than men, which means the feeling of being single can last for decades. This harsh reality has forced many women to dramatically lower their standards just to find any husband at all. Even when marriages do occur, they often don't last. Latvia has one of the highest divorce rates in the world, with 49 out of every 100 couples eventually separating. The social pressure and competition for the limited number of available men create an environment where relationships struggle to survive. Before continuing, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, please hit the notification bell and subscribe. It helps this channel so much, and if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Russia faces a serious demographic challenge with about 10 million more women than men, threatening the balance of society. At birth, boys and girls are born in nearly equal numbers. For every 1,000 boys aged 0 to 4, there are 947 girls, which is typical. However, by ages 20 to 25, the ratio shifts to 1,000 men for every 1,023 women. By age 60, the gap widens significantly, with 2 women for every 1 man. This imbalance is more than natural aging, it reflects deeper social issues. A major contributing factor is alcohol consumption, especially vodka. Alcohol use among Russian men is a significant health concern. On average, a Russian consumed 18 liters of alcoholic drinks per year in 2013, which is roughly twice the limit considered safe by health experts. This leads to approximately 50,000 deaths annually due to alcohol-related causes. Vodka figures prominently in some cultural traditions and social practices in Russia. The demographic crisis is projected to deepen, with only the remote Chukotka Autonomous Okrug expected to have more men than women by 2036. Elsewhere in Russia, women will continue to outnumber men by a wide margin. To address this imbalance, some economists proposed encouraging marriages between Russian women and Chinese men, as China has over 30 million more men than women. However, cultural differences have made this difficult. Some Chinese men mentioned concerns about personal compatibility that stem from differences in dietary habits and physical characteristics. Additionally, differences in body size and changes after childbirth were factors cited as challenges to such marriages. Just as Russia wrestles with its crisis, Hungary steps into the spotlight with radical policies that reward birth and raise new questions about tradition, identity, future. What happens when a nation bets big on babies? Hungary faces a significant gender imbalance, with only 911 men for every 1,000 women. In response, the government has introduced some of the world's most ambitious pro-birth policies to encourage larger families. For example, women who have 4 children are granted lifetime tax exemptions. They also receive financial support to purchase a family vehicle, recognizing the needs of larger households. Women under 40 who marry for the first time can access low-interest loans of up to $32,000, which may be fully forgiven if they have 3 children. These measures represent strong government incentives to support marriage and family growth. The government has expressed concerns about boys facing behavioral and psychological challenges, reportedly linked to the increasing presence of female educators and authority figures in schools and society. Officials worry this might affect young men's identity and development. Interestingly, Hungary elected its first female president, Katalin Novak, in 2022, although female representation in government remains low, with only 1 female minister at that time. Hungary is also planning to officially recognize the Vietnamese community as an ethnic minority, reflecting how immigration is part of the strategy to address demographic challenges. Hungarian women are widely respected for their intelligence, cultural contributions, and ability to balance traditional values with modern roles, including careers, family life, and social engagement. Many are fluent in English and adapt well to multicultural environments. Ukraine's story is one of significant challenges, as the ongoing conflict has severely worsened the country's gender imbalance and overall population decline. With only 816 men for every 1,000 women, Ukraine's population dropped from approximately 52 million in 1991 to around 29 million by 2023. Many lives have been lost to war, migration, and demographic changes. The shortage of men has led to important societal changes. Surrogacy has been legalized and has become an important industry. In some parts of southwest Ukraine, few men of military age remain, prompting discussions about expanding women's roles in military service. In 2023, all women with medical or pharmaceutical qualifications were required to register for military service. By January 2024, the Ministry of Defense purchased 50,000 female military uniforms, signaling a serious effort to integrate women into the armed forces. Women have also entered industries traditionally dominated by men. Hundreds now work in coal mines and heavy machinery plants, jobs previously restricted by law due to their dangers. These women operate conveyor belts, work as electricians, safety monitors, and heavy equipment operators at depths of 480 meters underground, demonstrating remarkable resilience and dedication. Currently, about 60,000 women serve in Ukraine's armed forces, with 5,000 in combat roles. In business, 51% of the country's 36,000 small and medium-sized companies are led by women, while showing how female leadership has grown amid challenging circumstances. Ukrainian women are widely respected for their strength, resilience, and cultural contributions. Their increasing proficiency in English and global connectivity have enhanced their influence worldwide. They have taken on new roles out of necessity for survival and patriotic duty, shaping their nation's future. Which country's approach to gender imbalance surprised you the most? Share your thoughts below. Let's see whose story resonates with you. Deep in Kenya's Samburu Plains lies Umoja, an extraordinary community where men are not permitted to live, work, or visit without approval. This permanent sanctuary has existed for over 3 decades. Founded in 1990 by 15 courageous women who survived violent conflicts involving British soldiers, Umoja has become a powerful symbol of female empowerment and independence. The word Umoja means unity in Swahili, and these women have built a completely self-sufficient, thriving community run entirely by women. The women of Umoja demonstrate remarkable resilience shaped by hard daily work. Their practical hairstyles reflect their active lifestyles, and their determination reflects the strength that has carried them through significant challenges. Village leader Rebecca Losali envisioned this women-only sanctuary after experiencing many difficulties faced by women in traditional Samburu society. Her determination helped create a community where women can live without fear of domestic violence, forced marriage, or risks common in their previous environment. What makes Umoja truly remarkable is its complete self-sufficiency. The women are skilled artisans who create beautiful traditional jewelry sold locally and internationally. This craft forms the economic foundation of the community, showing that women can thrive financially without relying on men. Beyond economic independence, Umoja offers refuge for women escaping harmful practices. Women arrive desperate and traumatized, but leave empowered, educated, and equipped with skills for self-sufficiency. The community governs itself through older women leaders who balance preserving Samburu traditions with rejecting harmful cultural practices. This delicate balance requires wisdom, courage, and a strong commitment to their principles. In contrast to societies where women's voices are often limited, Umoja is a place where women's perspectives are valued and leadership contributes to a stable, prosperous community. They make decisions collectively, from economic planning to conflict resolution, demonstrating the impact of female leadership. Belarus faces a significant gender imbalance, with only 87 men for every 100 women. This situation has led many women to consider international marriages as a way to find companionship and start families. For every 100 women, approximately 13 may face challenges finding partners locally. Belarusian women are known for their rich Slavic features that have made Eastern European women internationally famous: large, clear eyes, high nose bridges, sharp chins, deep-set eyes, and prominent cheekbones that create faces with remarkable depth and character. Combined with the European climate, these women have fair skin and tall, slender figures that maintain their elegance well into adulthood. But their appeal goes beyond physical beauty. Belarusian women are highly intelligent and well-educated, with many holding important positions in courts, government offices, and corporate leadership. Despite having everything going for them, beauty, intelligence, education, and career success, these women face an impossible situation. The scarcity of men means they must compete intensely for the few available partners, and if they don't act quickly, someone else will claim the man they're interested in. As years pass, the number of single women in Belarus continues to increase, leading many to seriously consider marrying foreigners. To address demographic concerns, the Belarusian government introduced regulations that require women to obtain official permission before marrying foreign nationals. This policy aims to manage population changes and maintain social stability. Additionally, foreign men wishing to marry Belarusian women must comply with citizenship requirements, which limit the number of international marriages. These measures reflect the government's efforts to manage demographic trends while balancing personal freedoms and national interests. Nepal faces significant social challenges linked to a gender imbalance and widespread labor migration, impacting many families across the country. As of 2024, there are approximately 878 men for every 1,000 women in Nepal. This imbalance affects family life deeply, as many husbands spend extended periods away from home due to work. In towns throughout Nepal, women manage most daily responsibilities. They run businesses, carry heavy loads, fetch water from distant wells, and oversee households largely on their own. For many families, prolonged separation from male family members is a common experience. Economic factors drive much of this separation. Over the past decade, roughly one-third of the population has emigrated in search of work, mainly men moving to Middle Eastern countries for labor-intensive jobs offering better wages. With unemployment rates reaching around 46%, labor migration is a key economic survival strategy. Men leave behind wives, children, and elderly relatives, often with hopes of returning after earning enough to improve their families' lives. However, many remain abroad for years or indefinitely. This migration has resulted in communities run predominantly by women, older adults, and children, with women shouldering leadership in daily life and family decisions. Despite these hardships, Nepalese women demonstrate remarkable resilience. They maintain strong commitments to family and community, adapt to challenging circumstances, and continue cultural traditions even amid separation. Many balance their roles as household managers, caretakers, and community leaders while navigating the complexities of prolonged family separation. Estonia, nestled between Russia and Latvia in Northern Europe, offers a different perspective on female-led societies. While some countries face challenges linked to gender imbalances, Estonia has embraced strong female leadership, which has become a source of strength and cultural pride. The gender ratio in Estonia is approximately 52% women to 48% men, a disparity shaped by historical conflicts that significantly impacted the male population. Rather than viewing this as a problem, Estonia values female contributions and has developed one of the most educated and successful female populations globally. Estonian women are recognized not only for their appearance but also for their high educational attainment. Nearly two-thirds hold bachelor's degrees, making Estonia one of the countries with the most educated female populations worldwide. This education translates into real economic power, as women represent over 60% of the country's workforce. One particularly unique example is the island of Kinu, often called the Kingdom of Women. This name reflects a community where women have taken on leadership roles across nearly all aspects of society. Men are less frequently present, and when they are, they recognize that women primarily make decisions. This societal transformation began in the 19th century when economic necessity led men to spend long periods away on fishing or food-gathering trips. During their absence, older women naturally assumed leadership and demonstrated their capability in managing community affairs. Rather than reverting authority to men upon their return, the women of Kinu maintained their roles, and over generations, this developed into a matriarchal structure. Today, women govern politics, economics, education, and the preservation of culture on the island. Kinu women continue to run businesses, govern politically, and safeguard the island's unique traditions and identity. The only traditional task they do not perform is digging graves, which remains the responsibility of men. This division stems from cultural tradition and choice rather than ability. The community of Kinu offers a glimpse of how societies might function with women in leading positions by natural evolution rather than political activism or feminist ideology. If you found these cultural insights eye-opening, hit like and subscribe to support more deep dives into fascinating global stories. Norway presents the fascinating case of a wealthy, progressive nation where stunning women struggle to find partners despite having every advantage imaginable. This Scandinavian country showcases how even in the most developed societies, gender imbalances can create unexpected challenges. Norwegian women truly do look like Scandinavian goddesses, with pale, porcelain skin, naturally blonde hair, and mesmerizing blue or gray eyes that seem to capture the essence of Nordic beauty. What makes them even more attractive is their pride in natural beauty. They rarely compromise their genetic heritage with excessive makeup or plastic surgery, preferring to showcase their authentic features. Norway's dramatic landscapes of mountains, fjords, islands, and forests provide the perfect backdrop for these naturally beautiful women. The country's wild, untouched nature seems to have influenced its people, creating women who embody both strength and elegance in ways that captivate international attention. With a population exceeding 5 million, Norway has over 50,000 more women than men, creating significant competition for male attention. This gender disparity stems primarily from women's longer life expectancy. Norwegian women live an average of 84 years compared to 80 years for men, combined with slightly higher female birth rates. The result is striking. 46% of adult women in Norway are single, one of the highest percentages in the world. Despite their beauty, education, and economic independence, nearly half of Norwegian women cannot find suitable partners simply because there aren't enough men to go around. This situation has created a unique dating culture where women must be more proactive and competitive than in most other countries. Norwegian women often take the initiative in relationships, make the first moves, and actively pursue men they find interesting, completely reversing traditional gender roles in dating. At the top of our list is Iceland, a country that highlights the complexities of gender imbalance in the modern world. Known as the land of fire and ice for its dramatic climate and geological features, Iceland also experiences significant demographic contrasts. Iceland's population of approximately 364,000 includes about 200,000 women and 185,000 men, creating a gender gap of around 15,000 people that influences many aspects of society. What makes Iceland's situation distinctive is how this Nordic nation has turned a higher number of women into a source of cultural strength. Icelandic women often have fair skin, light-colored hair, and eye colors ranging from blue to gray. Some have darker hair and features reflecting diverse ancestries. They commonly wear comfortable, loose-fitting clothing suited to the island's windy weather. Many maintain active lifestyles, contributing to their health well into older age. Women in Iceland have achieved notable equality and respect across professional and social fields. This progress is reflected not just in numbers but in widespread recognition of women's contributions throughout society. The challenging climate has influenced social habits that promote community bonding. Icelanders frequently gather in clubs and spend time in thermal pools, using these warm spaces to escape the cold while building social connections. One unique profession in Iceland is the bath inspector, a security role responsible for maintaining hygiene and order in thermal bath facilities. This reflects Icelanders' strong commitment to communal well-being and shared public spaces. This remarkable journey through 12 countries has revealed how gender imbalances create completely different challenges and opportunities around the world. From Monaco's wealthy but lonely women to Iceland's empowered female population, from Kazakhstan's controversial polygamy movement to Umoja's all-female sanctuary, each story demonstrates the incredible adaptability and resilience of human societies. If you found these stories as fascinating as I did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible content about our amazing world. What surprised you most about these countries? Which story resonated with you? Leave a comment below and let me know which country you'd like to explore next. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey around the globe. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.